Usman Khawaja's final walk to the crease in Test cricket wasn't just a batting innings, it was the end of an era that left 25,847 fans at the SCG in stunned silence before erupting into raw emotion. Smash that like button right now and subscribe to all sports updates for every heart-pounding cricket moment. The fifth day of the 2025-26 Ashes at Sydney began with Australia chasing 164 a 4-1 series triumph, but the real story unfolded when Usman Khawaja, at 39, stepped out for his 88th and last test. England, led by a gracious Ben Stokes despite a hobbled ankle, formed a guard of honour, a rare gesture of respect across the fiercest rivalry in cricket. Khawaja shook Stokes' hand, the crowd rose as one, and the weight of 15 years hit like a thunderclap. Debuting at this very ground against the same opponents in 2011, the Pakistan-born trailblazer had broken barriers as Australia's first Muslim Test cricketer, amassing over 6,000 runs with 16 centuries through highs of World Test Championship glory and lows of early axings. Yet on this sunny afternoon, nerves betrayed him. His first innings 17 was shaky, and now, promoted amid early wickets, he faced Josh Tongue. The tension built with every delivery. He clipped a boundary but then dragged on for just 6. The moment he was dismissed, time froze. Removing helmet and gloves, he raised his bat to the roaring ovation, then walked off slowly, embracing Manas Labashag. But the surprise came next. Blowing a kiss to his tearful wife Rachel in the stands, he dropped to his knees on the outfield beside the thanks Uzzy#419 sign, performing a heartfelt sajda in gratitude to Allah. No Australian had ever signed off like this, a profound blend of faith and farewell that moved even hardened commentators to silence. The SCG, where his journey started, now witnessed its poignant close, with fans wiping tears as he kissed the turf. Australia pushed on to victory through Carey and Green, but the day belonged to Uzzy's raw vulnerability, a man who prided himself on composure, admitting the emotions overwhelmed him all week, making concentration impossible. This wasn't a fairy tale of winning runs, it was deeper, a testament to resilience, identity, and the unbreakable bond between player and ground. The series ended 4-1, the urn retained, but the lasting image is Khawaja's prostration, a symbol of grace under pressure, leaving cricket richer for his presence. As the chase continued after Khawaja's exit, the SCG pulsed with lingering emotion, every boundary met with cheers tinged with sadness. England's spirited fight back, led by young Jacob Bethel's brilliant 154, had kept the contest alive into the final session, forcing Australia into a nervy pursuit on a wearing pitch. But the narrative shifted irrevocably with Khawaja's departure. His post-match words revealed the inner storm. "I prided myself on controlling emotions my whole career, but I found it really hard to concentrate." The man who had anchored Australia's batting resurgence post-2020 recall, leading run scorers in 2023, and thriving in subcontinent triumphs, couldn't hide the toll. Rachel's tears in the stands mirrored the crowds. She had urged him that morning to simply enjoy it, and he did, in his way. The guard of honour from opponents spoke volumes. Stokes, despite frustrations earlier with doctors' dramas involving bride and cast, set rivalry aside for sportsmanship. Khawaja's final salute to the stands, the kiss to the turf, the family embrace, these moments wove a tapestry of gratitude. Born in Islamabad, migrating young, facing stereotypes he later called out in his retirement announcement, he paved paths for diversity. His 6,229 test runs at 43.25 rank him among Australia's greats, yet the numbers pale against the human story. The surprise twist? No bitterness in defeat of a personal milestone, he declared the fairy tale already complete, cherishing the win with teammates over individual glory. As Alex Carey struck the winning runs off Will Jacks, the team mopped the field, but Khawaja's quiet reflection stood apart, the pioneer bowing out with dignity. All sports updates captures these unbreakable bonds in sport. The Ashes summer closed with triumph for Australia, but for Uzzy, it was about legacy, inspiring the next generation to play without barriers, to belong fully. His sajda became cricket's most powerful goodbye, reminding everyone that beyond runs and rivalries, the game is about heart. The drama intensified in the middle overs as Australia wobbled at 121-5, England sensing a miracle despite their underdog status. Bethel's rearguard had set up the tension, but Khawaja's shadow loomed larger than any scoreboard. His brief stay at the crease, 7 balls, 1 boundary, carried the weight of history. Every shot was scrutinized, every leave applauded, as fans willed him to linger. When Tongue struck, the collective gasp echoed around the famous old ground. Yet in that vulnerability lay the power. Khawaja didn't mask the struggle. He later shared how the week's build-up, family talks, farewells, media tributes eroded his usual calm. The storytelling peaks here, from a 24-year-old debutant injecting hope into a dire 2010-11 Ashes, to the veteran who defied odds. His arc mirrored cricket's unpredictability. The emotional crescendo arrived post-dismissal, the slow walk-off, the ovation swelling like a wave, the prostration that silenced doubters and united believers. Rachel's visible tears added intimacy. She had been his rock through every comeback. Teammates like Steve Smith, who praised his impact, formed a protective circle. England's handshakes, Joe Root first to greet him, underscored mutual respect. The surprise element? Amid the 4-1 dominance, this day felt fragile, human. Khawaja's refusal of a scripted heroics ending made it authentic. No winning six, just gratitude. As the sun dipped, Australia celebrated, but the narrative belonged to one man, a trailblazer who turned farewell into inspiration. His words post-match, cherishing the win forever, sealed it. This Ashes finale wasn't just about retaining the urn, it was Uzz's swan song, etching his name deeper into SCG lore alongside past greats who bowed out here. With victory secured and the Ashes summer sealed, Usman Khawaja's final day lingers as cricket's perfect imperfection. No century, no dramatic finish, yet profoundly moving. The guard of honor, the tears, the Sajdah, the turf kiss. He walked off a legend who changed perceptions, fought for inclusion, and left with grace. Australia triumphed 4-1, but the true win was his legacy enduring. All Sports Updates. Your home for the stories that matter most. All Sports Updates.